have a certain apprehension when it comes to remakes, reboots, reimaginings, or whatever the heck you want to call them nowadays.
Apprehension is a very politically correct term, but go ahead, Demo.
It is a politically correct term. There's one movie that, honest to God, I thought would get banned before I ever saw it get remade. And they just announced the remake, and it's so alien that I'm just absolutely baffled by the fact that this is even on the table. Blazing Samurai. Adrian Politowski's Line Boards production, financing on feature tune. Yes, Adrian Politowski, LA-based Align, has come on board to contribute production financing on animated comedy Blazing Samurai. The $46 million tune is a reimagining of Mel Brooks's classic Blazing Saddles. They're remaking Blazing Saddles as a cartoon about a samurai.
So, this is one of those moments where going to a live stream causes a problem because I believe everybody just literally saw the RoboKyle 1000 air, or, just right there. What? Like,
I can't believe it.
I can't. How do you? Where political correctness is so central to the mantra of the day and age, you can't hope to capture the same essence. Now, that could be the defense for why you take it to feudal Japan.
Well, there's a synopsis. There's an actual plot synopsis.
Oh, no, please. Let me know how this is going to work, this shambles.
The story, directed by Mark Koetzer, I'm definitely mispronouncing that, follows Hank, a lovable mutt with big dreams of becoming a samurai, when he finds himself with a new job as sheriff of Kakamucho. Much poop.
Kakamucho? Really?
Much poop. My God. He also finds he may have bitten off more than he can chew, given the town is inhabited solely by cats. The voice cast includes Michael Cera, Samuel L. Jackson, Ricky Gervais, George Takei, Michelle Yeoh, I always mispronounce this guy's name. He's great. Jamin Hansu, and Mel Brooks. And this is literally coming the same week, and this according to the Hollywood Reporter, that HBO Max has added, and I quote, proper social context intro to Blazing Saddles. The disclaimer is similar to the one the streamer added before Gone with the Wind. So why even call this Blazing Saddles? This is literally a fish out of water story. It's Blazing Saddles. It was a send up of many things. But it's one of the aspects of that film that people misinterpret, sometimes purposely so, is that it is very much an anti-racist film. And the themes work very deep into the comedy of what Mel Brooks presents. You can, I guess you can present it between dogs and cats, but
well,
my God.
If they're living together, we've already established that there's mass hysteria.
Yeah, you got to before I did.
First of all, on top of everything else, they went anthropomorphic. Why not? Shoot.
We got some reactions here. Jim, no! All caps, you leave that one alone. You can't tell those jokes anymore. So many people get their feelings hurt. Charlie says, Oh no, ... Changing it to a cartoon or whatever makes it easier to neuter the comedy out. Jim says, Demos, tell me this is a joke. No, it's not a joke. I can barely say it's hilarious by default. Charlie says, agreed, this sounds really dumb. I love that movie. And Jim concludes that's the thing with Mel Brooks, is that he takes the stuff heads on and makes it all a joke and shows the ridiculousness of racism. And that's how you tear down oppressive forces, by turning them into a joke. It's something that Mel Brooks is kind of known for in many of his films. I mean, hell, his
No, Demos, you're known for critiquing films. He's a master at it.
He's a master. I mean, look at The Producers alone, one of his first big hits. Right. You know, he turned Springtime for Hitler. You know?
Well, you mentioned Springtime for Hitler. Hey, I'm thinking History of the World. One of the things he talks about or does a trailer for the sequel to History of the World is Hitler on ice, you know.
Charlie says, hashtag preach. I love you, Charlie. No, this is would this be categorized as another instance of them trying to improve history with blazing samurai?
No. Let me tell you, because once you talked about it more, I'm going to take the optimistic approach. Now, granted, this obviously still should never have been done. Let's not go ape here. Here's where, if it's going to work, how it will. Some of the names on there don't give a bleep. And in some cases, you would more specifically know them as not giving a Mickey fireball, specifically to Samuel L. Jackson on that one. And if I heard you read correctly, Mel Brooks himself is connected to the project.
That's true.
So you have Sam J, Ricky bleeping Gervais, who was still freshly off of telling off the entirety of Hollywood elite at the Golden Globes, which was delicious, by the way, and Mel Brooks himself. And they made it an anthropomorphic cartoon so that there's no way, air quotes, I shouldn't say no way, but it reduces the chances significantly of people trying to SJWify it. Now, depending on your levels of cynicism, you can have your own opinion on the ability for that to work. But what's on the table is, in my mind, is that they're going to try to be edgy. Granted, probably not as edgy as Blazing Saddles ever would be. Let's not be stupid. I'm not trying to say that. No one's going to use the N-word as a joke. No one's going to do a lot of the things in that movie or that happen in that movie in this series, right? But I think they're going to try to be edgy and hide behind the animation and the animals, right? Instead of TNA, it's ANA in this case. And they got a lot of cats, your pardon expression, that are known for doing so in their human form. Maybe
you may have found the silver lining, because when I saw Gervais and Brooks in particular being involved, they gave me some hope. But if it is everything that you described it for, then I could totally see a backlash of people saying that this animated film is being served as a gateway drug, let's just say, to this incredibly problematic original.
Dude, yeah. If that happens, they should be so lucky. If this thing gets called the red pill, that's a success. Am I right?
Charlie says, I'm surprised Mel Brooks is involved. Maybe he can bring something to it. Jim points something out that I didn't think of, and he's kind of on point. I just hope they don't make it Zootopia.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
But Zootopia is a film that specifically delved into racism through the lens of animals, in that particular predators versus prey. And unlike a lot of the more in-your-face agenda-driven films which we've seen of recent, Zootopia is actually one example that did it in a subtle but very interesting way, I thought.
I agree. Jim's worried about it becoming Zootopia. My response is we should be so lucky.
Well, if it's Mel Brooks, I would expect something better, but we'll see.
Me too.
It's from apparently Rob Minkoff is directing it. Let me double check. No, he's producing it. Rob Minkoff, who did the original Lion King, the only Lion King, as far as I'm concerned.
There's more than one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, Demos, if you're going to tell me there's a second movie of the Lion King, when it comes to my response, you should be prepared.
Be prepared for that song not to be included in the final film.